There you have it, folks. The Endgame final trailer, the third trailer before the movie. I think it's the final trailer. I heard it was the final trailer. It looks amazing. I love it. I love the music. I love the voices you hear in the background. It is. It starts off with Tony and some stuff about his past, and he's talking about becoming Iron Man. And then you have the part with Cap where it shows some stuff about Cap. And if you notice, it's actually Peggy Carter's voice in the background telling them that they might need to like start over and whatnot. And I love that. I think that's super cool. I didn't know who the voice was immediately until I watched it a couple times. So then you see a little bit of Thor's past of him and his father, and he says, I see all these people dying. And then Cap comes in and he's like, some people move on, but not us. And then you see the people fading away. So once again, there's not a lot of new scenes here, and to that, honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a fan-made trailer, and then I studied the scenes a little bit more, and I was like, wait, I don't think we've seen that before in other trailers. So it's an official trailer, but like over half of it is like scenes we've already seen, but it's just like really emotional and somatic kind of trailer, and I really like that having that professionally made by the people who are making it instead of just revealing the whole movie in trailers. I feel like they do that with movies so much nowadays, and it's really annoying. So I like that they're doing that here. And I just, again, I really love the music. It's just a really emotional trailer, even though we're not seeing that many new things in it. And at first, I thought it wasn't even a real trailer because it wasn't showing very many new scenes, but it is. So near the end, you have the scene where you see like majority of the surviving Avengers going like in the hangar in that white suit, and everyone's geeking out about that scene because Nebula and Iron Man are there, and they think that maybe like they were just put in there for the trailer, and they're later going to be like taken out of it for the actual movie. And I really don't know how to feel about that. I think it's a 50-50 whether that's going to happen or not. To be honest, any of these trailers we might not see any of those scenes because they're not inclined to put scenes in the trailer in the actual movie. They don't have to do that. So they could be throwing us way off with all that. So I'm not really messing with the theory that like, oh, none of these scenes are actually in it or these scenes are going to be different in the real movie, you know. One thing I thought was funny that I thought about when I was watching the trailer was like, what if like those like white suits that they're wearing aren't even in the movie? Like that scene's not in there at all. They're never wearing these white Avengers suits because I saw people selling like hoodies of the white Avengers suits, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, oh, but wait, what if those aren't even like in the movie and all these people buy them and like go to the movie in it and find out that those aren't even in the movie because there's other scenes in the trailer of them like in combat or like doing something, hastily, and they're not wearing the suits, not wearing the white Avengers suits. You never see them doing anything like special besides that one scene of them walking. So I feel like most of like what they're doing is not gonna be like after the scene that they're wearing that or during while they're wearing that. You know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, what if they're like not even what if those white suits aren't even in the real movie, like I said? And then I saw an action figure at the store where it was like Thor and Iron Man and Ant Man wearing like it was an action figure of them wearing the white suits. I'm like, all right, I think they're probably gonna be in the movie if they're making action figures of them being in the movie. I think we can be pretty sure they're at least gonna be in the movie, and they're not gonna be in the movie. Like I think. So in that scene of them in those white Avengers suits walking in the hangar, you do not see Captain Marvel, Thor, or Hulk, and a lot of people are speculating that they're going into two separate teams to go fight Thanos and whatnot. And I really don't know what to think about that because at first when I saw the scene, I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, isn't Iron Man a pretty heavy hitter too? Like, isn't he one of the other powerhouses? But he's wearing the suit. But like, is the Iron Man suit underneath that suit or over top of that suit? Like, which again makes me think that like Iron Man's not actually gonna be in that scene in the actual movie. And kind of the same thing with Nebula. Like, is Nebula really an Avenger? Like, if Nebula shows up with Iron Man, are they really gonna be like, oh, you're an Avenger, you get one of these suits too? It seems a little wonky that they would just have her be an Avenger just like obviously she's a comrade to them at this point, but I don't know if they'll really invite her in as an Avenger like that and give her that kind of suit. So onto the action-looking parts of the trailer, you see Rocket cocking a gun, hanging onto War Machine's shoulder like he's about to shoot something in the next second. You got Hawkeye running and then shooting an arrow. You see Nebula screaming and running towards something. You see Cap looking all, he's got like soot on his face. He's in the middle of combat. He's tightening his shield. He's about to fight something. You see Ant-Man like running in like minimized mode, and he jumps off a pencil. And I think that those fighting scenes, I think you can speculate by looking at what's around it being a wreckage, except for kind of Hawkeye because he's running through a tunnel. But from the wreckage that you can see, I think that is the same scene. Like that's kind of like the same setting that they're all on in the same moment. And I believe that it is Earth just due to the fact that there's like a pencil there. I don't know if there's pencils everywhere around the galaxy, but I just think it's safe to assume that that's Earth, other than like another planet that's like similar to Earth, and safe to assume that they're fighting Thanos there on Earth, which is an interesting thought to think about because you'd think they'd be taking the fight to him and Thanos wouldn't just show up to Earth or whatever. What I don't know, maybe they're fighting something totally different and they're back in time at that point. Another thing about that is that in all those scenes, they're not wearing the white Avengers suit armor. So that makes me very much think that those are not either that happens way before or way after that, and this is either backward in time or forward in time. And I think that the suits are because those Avengers that are getting on there are either going back in time or they're time traveling or they're going into the quantum realm to go back in time or something. Or maybe they're using the quantum realm to do that sort of thing. Or maybe they're using the quantum realm to go into the Soul Stone and bring people out of it or whatnot. I don't know. That's like a mini theory I have myself that the quantum realm is going to be used to get inside the Soul Stone and that sort of thing. But we also, in those action-looking scenes, we don't see Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, or Captain Marvel. We don't see those heavy hitters at all in that, and I think they're saving like that part for that. Like Hulk rematch Thanos, Thor rematch Thanos, Captain Marvel finally brawls Thanos. They're saving those really juicy scenes for the movie. They're not putting that in the trailer, which I really like because you're going into the movie with a lot less knowledge of what you're going to see, and there's going to be way more surprises and whatnot, and I love that. So another thing to point out that I think is interesting is that we're not seeing any of the people who got snapped away in this trailer, which I think is to some people probably a little obvious that we're not going to see them come back, because then it's going to be like, oh, well, they're coming back, and all the idiots would be like, oh, I didn't know they were coming back, and now everybody knows they're coming back. But I think it's safe to assume anybody who's thinking and watching these trailers knows that they're going to come back in some sort of way. But it's just interesting to think of the fact that they're not showing any of them come back, yet we have trailers like Far From Home where you can see that people who are snapped are now back. So something that still kind of bothers me about this trailer and all the other trailers we've seen from this movie is that we've pretty much seen none of Thanos throughout any of the trailers. And that it bothers me a little bit, but I also kind of like it because, again, they're withholding the scenes that are going to be really good and really excited to watch and see in the movie. But again, it's a little annoying. We've seen none of Thanos' face. The only thing we've gotten is that small part from the first trailer where we see like the armor scarecrow, and then we see Thanos walking through a field with the gauntlet on, the gauntlet looking all busted up. And that's all we've seen of him, and it makes me think, what if like Thanos is like hardly even in the movie at all? What if this movie is actually just them getting their footing? What if this is them going like back in time to like set stuff up so that they have a better footing for when Thanos arrives? What if it's something like that, and there's gonna be like an Endgame too? We don't know. The first Endgame's not even out yet. What if there's a second Endgame? And I keep on seeing like these like promos of like the pictures of the Avengers people, and it says Avengers the Fallen, and I might be stupid and I just haven't got the memo, but I don't know what's up with that because the movie is called Endgame, is it not? What's this Avengers the Fallen sort of thing going around? I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know what it is. I'm ignorant right now to that. I probably should have searched that up before making this, but oh well. So last and least, we have the end scene of the trailer, which is this silly, goofy, dirty, disgusting scene when you see, well, at least to me it is. I know other people are going to love this, but I do not like it. is where Thor walks up to Captain Marvel and she turns around and the Stormbreaker goes into his hand and he leans on it. He's just like, I like this one, and I don't like that scene at all. Uh, Captain Marvel looks like, to me, almost CGI with how little expression or emotion she has on her face, and she's like not even wearing like anything significant to Marvel. She's just wearing like some leggings and a tank top, and that just, I don't know, it kind of weirds me out. She's wearing super like normal earthly clothes, like she's been there for like a whole couple days or something. Like this is like not even the first time that Thor's seen her. It is, and she's been here for a couple of days and whatnot. I don't know. It kind of bothers me, and I really don't like it. All of the scenes so far with Captain Marvel and the Avengers like in the same room have kind of bothered me because they've seemed so pointless. And I'm kind of hoping if any scenes aren't in the movie, it'll be like those scenes, and they'll come up with better scenes for how them greeting them. I don't know how they could be better though. I just don't really like the fact that Captain Marvel is in the MCU right now. But it is what it is. I'll just have to cringe through those scenes if they're in there. So that's all for now, guys. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and comment down below for what you think of the trailer or any other trailers, or what you think is going to happen in the movie and whatnot. I'd love to read it. So yeah, thanks. See ya.